Good evening. We got a twofer tonight. You just heard the Robo Star talking, and now it's the Robo-Princess. She's 16 years old.
And really tired.
Really tired. She went to see a show tonight, got fed fat, teenage girls, how that goes. So, Miss Ma'am, what do you think of BLM and all them other people hollering defund the police?
They can go die for all I care.
Damn. Oh, why such a damn.
Because they're destroying their own companies and it doesn't make sense. Like, oh hey, I'm black, let's destroy this black company. I don't mean to be racist and all, but it is how it is.
So you think BLM is dumb because usually when they burn and loot stores, it's usually in the communities that they're supposed to care for?
Exactly. It shouldn't be going on anyways. It's dumb.
Well, then I guess I have to ask you this question. What do you think about racism? Is America racist?
I'm not getting into this. Because I don't care about racism. I don't care about politics. I don't care.
Well,
I'm not the one to care.
Well, what about cops?
I love cops. There's this cop guy at my school named Harold. He's really nice. He says hi to me in the hallways.
What do you think he's there for?
To be nice and to protect us.
Aww. Do you feel safe around him?
I do.
Do you feel safer now that he's around, or did you feel safe then too?
I'm safe when there's an adult around. Well, usually a good adult, like my parents, a teacher, principal, cop.
Well, that's a lineup. A parent, a teacher, or a cop.
I'm always getting in trouble with kids because they don't know how to leave me alone.
So does the cop come and break up the fights?
I don't know. I don't watch the fights. I try and get away from them.
Oh, what do you think a cop would do if there was a fight?
I remember going to the fair. There was these two people fighting. A cop literally, tackled a woman or something to the ground to stop it.
Oh, so was it two girls fighting or a guy and a girl fighting? Or
Probably two girls.
Okay.
Had some beef.
Oh, well,
Cold.
Did you know that NYPD and a lot of the other cops think that everyone hates them?
Not everyone hates them. Just the petty ones.
You're like me. I say only the criminals hate the cops, and that's a good thing. Criminals are supposed to be afraid of the cops. What about you? When you're punished, how do you take your punishment? If someone sends you to your room or a corner or spanks you?
Spanks me, I will. Wait, I said that wrong. Spank me, I will cry. Just a punishment. Go to my room. I like being alone. And corner, at least nobody's looking at me in the face.
What do you think about the adults and the things you've seen on some of my shows showing adults who do bad and then they're about to go to jail?
They need to be up under the jail.
Why?
Because they're dumb.
Do they act like children?
They act worse than children.
That's horrible.
Children are better acting than them.
Well, what do you think about the DAs nowadays?
What is a DA?
District attorney, they're supposed to prosecute all crimes. Well, there's
Oh,
this one particular district attorney, Alvin Bragg, and the one in
I
Los
don't like his name.
Angeles. Well, they decided that they're not going to prosecute every crime.
Oh, they cannot prosecute every crime and be bad in my book. And yeah, he can just go.
Well, what do you think that does to the cops when they collar somebody and then...
Couldn't that be charged for treason?
No, I think
No.
it's malfeasance of office.
Oh.
Because their job is to prosecute every crime, and if they're not doing their job, well... But how do you think that makes the cops feel when they arrest someone and then not even 10 minutes later, that same someone is out there on bail?
It makes the cops feel bad, and it makes me very upset.
Why does it make you upset?
Because it's another idiot I have to deal with in this dumb world. Because, like, everyone, all of humanity has made this world a really bad place.
And so, what if the cops were gone? What if they got their wish?
Then I would try to be gone too. Like, if there's no cops, I want to be away from humanity.
Why?
Because humanity is ignorant.
And what do cops do? How do cops make that any better?
They make me feel safe.
They make you feel safe?
Yes.
How would you feel if there were absolutely no cops around?
Girl, you know how I feel. I'd feel like trash.
Would you have no heroes?
Well, I mean, I'd still have Mr. Harold because he's not really a cop.
Well, he's a cop. He's a cop if he's in there and he has to report back to the police.
No,
That's
I
a cop.
mean Mr. Harold Stokes.
Oh, you...
I'd have my hero.
Right. You'd
And
have...
then I have my dad. Both of them.
You'd have your military. You'd have your military, but what if there were no cops? Aren't they heroes?
They are.
Do you think all of them are bad like people are saying?
They're not that bad. They're actually really, really nice.
Do you think if people would be nice to the cops, would the cops be nice back?
If they listened, they wouldn't have to pick a fight. Like, say Bobby Joe has committed thievery, and police named Sally McSallyston says get on the ground. If Billy or Bob, whatever I called him, gets on the ground and does as he's told, then Sally wouldn't have to put up a fight and he wouldn't die or get shot.
So you're saying that if they would stop resisting arrest, then they wouldn't get hurt?
Yeah, and if people didn't interfere, then they wouldn't get in trouble either.
So, like, if there's a crowd and they just shut up and stood back and watched and let the cops do what the cops do, then you think everybody would be okay?
Yeah, because, like, no one would get hurt if people were smarter.
So what do you think about the NYPD losing 2 of their officers?
Rivera and Mora?
Yep, Rivera and Mora.
It's tragedy, but it happens. All we can do is remember them.
Do you think the cops should give up?
No.
What do you think the cops should do?
Probably put the people who murdered them under a jail.
Well, actually, the guy that murdered them, their trainee that was there, he pushed the lady that called him to the domestic violence thing to the side to make sure she was safe, and then returned fire on the suspect, and the suspect died. The guy who shot the 2 cops
Well,
died.
there's this guy who made a book of the 9 Rings of Hell. I forgot. He's a really old person. He's probably dead by now because this was like in the 1400s. I hope that guy goes to the lowest ring.
Oh, so you hope the guy that shot Mora and Rivera goes to the lowest ring in hell.
Like, I'm probably going to hell for saying that, but I wouldn't be alone.
That's right.
Because the lowest ring is betrayal, but that guy really deserves it. Because he betrayed his mother. Or the woman.
You know what people are saying out on the street? They say that social workers should respond to domestic violence calls, like that one. What do you think about that?
Say that again?
Social workers, like your school counselor, she's a social worker.
Yeah.
You think she should go and respond to a domestic violence call?
No. A cop should.
Why?
Because get the abuser out and then send a social worker. Because we don't need 2 deaths.
Oh, so you think that the cops are better at responding to the calls, and then after they get the situation all safe and the guy arrested, then the social worker can come in and talk to the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds safe to me. There's a feeling among cops that no one loves them and no one cares.
Well, I hope they know that I love them.
You love them?
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
You love all of them.
Exactly.
The New York ones?
Yeah.
What about the ones in California?
I told you every single one of them, didn't I?
So if you went to any state...
If they were a very bad cop and tried to let somebody go because he committed treason, then I would hate him. If that cop did a crime, then he's not a real cop.
Okay, so you think bad cops aren't real cops, but real cops are good. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense than half the stuff I say. But I wanted to know, if you went to a random state, pick a state, one of the 50. Florida. You went to Florida, and you were in danger. You saw a Florida cop, and you saw anyone else in the world.
I would get behind that Florida cop.
Why?
Because he's trained, and he would take care of me because I'm a child and I did no crime.
Okay, so you think he'll put his life on the line to protect you?
He put his life on the line to protect anyone. He's a cop. That's his job.
Is it just his job?
And he has a heart.
Oh, Wait, cops have hearts?
We all have hearts, except the criminals, apparently. Their hearts must be the size of the Grinch's in the beginning of that movie.
Well, cops have hearts. So that must mean they love. So do you think they love you? Do you think they love you?
I mean, they probably don't know me, but they'd melt to see a kid say, help me, this guy's trying to kill me. And they definitely help because it's their job to help.
But also because they have a heart.
Yes.
That's about the most pleasant thing I've heard you say all week. That's not dark and disparaging like your gothic way.
Good.
I also want to know.
I mean, I have a heart too.
Yeah, you do, somewhere in there, behind the swinging brick. There's one, maybe a tiny one. Little drawn-on one somewhere.
No, it's a big heart.
What do you think about the cops' hearts? Do you think they're big? Or small?
I think they're the size of their fists.
I don't know why I'm recording her.
I told you not to record me.
Stop making them laugh. We're here to be serious.
Oh, I'm sorry. Want me to cry a river?
Serious face. Okay, good girl. Seriously, though, do you think their hearts are big? Do you think they love everyone no matter who they are?
They go through, pardon me, but they go through hell just to get their training. They have to, like, run miles or something. And to use a taser, they have to get tased. Don't you think that's hell?
That sounds like fun.
Maybe to you.
No, it sounds like fun because it's not happening to me. So I want to know if the New York PD said if one person, just one person, tells us something that touches our hearts and makes us want to stay cops, would you stand up and say something?
I would definitely tell them to stay.
Why?
I would try and if I could run for governor, like right now, I would put a lot of money in the police force, because we really need police. There's too many criminals.
Oh, she knows something about
And I hope
politics.
they all get justice, because they've been trying to take the blindfold off.
Yes. She knows a little bit about the justice system.
Justice is better served cold, because if served hot, it'd be just gas.
That's very funny. It'd be just water.
If you, like, melt that water to it, be just gas.
So, you know that the cops in many, many places feel like they're unloved because 18 cops already this year have been shot. What do you have to say to the New York PD, to any policeman and policewoman out there? That's from a kid's point of view.
Dude, stop hating yourself. You're worth more. I give my large itty-bitty heart to every one of you.
Do you love the cops, seriously?
I do.
Do you think they should stay?
Yes.
Should they fight back?
Yes.
It's interesting how adults could tell them all day long that we love them.
Because adults can say whatever they want, but children have more of an impact. Like, wouldn't it make your heart break if some kid said, "Hi, I love you"?
Where's your mother, kid? Officer, I need an adult. This kid's bothering me, harassing me. Get away from me.
Oh, child is harassing me. Adult in danger. There's child being...
Yeah,
There's
adult abuse.
Adult abuse.
But seriously, I would like it if you looked into the camera and told the NYPD
I love any of the PD.
and all the other police departments, from a child's mouth to their ears, that children need them.
Children do need them.
Do they feel safe around cops?
I don't know, but I do. And this is coming from a child, a minor. I feel safe with cops around.
What if all the cops were gone?
Then I'd probably go to an isolated island.
Do you think society can survive without cops?
Society would die off because everything would become anarchy and corrupt.
Well, New York PD, you heard what she had to say. Without you, There's corruption. There's unsafe people. There's bad guys. There's anarchy, chaos. With you, not only do adults feel safe, but children feel safe.
Especially teenager.
Especially teenagers. Especially teenagers. That is something else.
Especially a patriot of a teenager.
And
One who really loves this country? Yeah, country. Because, like, I got really mad after I heard a guy say, "Oh my god, I hate America, I hope it burns." I'm like, dude, if you're going to say that, how about you go somewhere else and say that? Because I will kick your butt all the way up to your shoulders.
So apparently,
And this
patriots love cops.
And he also said, "Why do I have to stand up for the flag?" I said, "You better stand up for the flag, because everyone in the military, everyone in the police have defended you, and they've given their lives to this country, so you better stand up for the people who gave you the rights."
So you think police are patriotic too? Well, y'all heard it. Would you like to take us out, or would you like me to take us out?
You.
Me?
We can both do it.
We can?
Yes.
So police are patriotic. Children need police. Teenagers, especially teenagers like her.
One who will kick somebody's tail if they insult my police.
Ooh. Oh, New York. Are you sure she ain't from New York? New York Police Department.
No, I'm from the South.
You're breaking their balls there, kid. Anyway, so she says you guys are patriotic. You're very needed. And children feel safe with you around. If you weren't here, she'd go find an isolated island, because pretty much society would destroy itself without you.
I like Galapagos turtles anyways.
I'd take the cops with me to the Galapagos turtles.
And I take all the flags. My old glory.
Okay.
Mine.
And that's real with the Robo-Princess.
Yeah.